Hey guys, how's it going? We are just waiting for it to start here. Uh, while we're waiting, make sure you smash the like button and share this stream where you can, especially on social media and stuff.
Gotta watch out. The longer you wait, the less more chance the media leaves.
Not much happens in Lackawanna.
They got a mayor's race going on there?
No.
We are just waiting for people to show up.
No accounting for the assignment desk, right? Fair. You raise a fair point.
I just sent out the text also, so if you guys aren't already, make sure you sign up on our text list at statuscoup.com/text. It's a way to get notified each time we go live without having to worry about YouTube and their shenanigans. Yeah, that is correct. Michael Cooper. If everyone could like the stream, and don't worry about the dislikes, because YouTube, and as we're finding out with Facebook also, the negative reactions help more people see it. So commenting on the stream, liking on it, sharing it, all those YouTube considers interactions and will help boost it in different things. Also, I'm sure Jen or someone might be able to link it, but we started a new Twitter thing where we have a group, if you want to join, where we will share things that we want to sort of push on social media and stuff. So if you want to help get the word out there about important Status Coup topics, just go on Jen's Twitter. I think it's on there somewhere, and Jordan's as well, or they might link it in the chat here. But it's a lot of cool people in that group so far that I've seen. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Also, it looks like YouTube is being extra special today. So, yeah, definitely make sure you guys are hitting that like button and sharing this around. And also let me know, make sure you can hear me fine and everything. Oh, looks like we're about to start.
So, folks, if we could stand right here. Come on over and stand over here by this big tree. Oh, okay, that's a good picture there. Come on out. How you doing?
Fine, so good.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna put this up. My name is Christian Para. Christian. Last name is Parra. National Director with People's Action. And today we are here because refugees are not represented in the way that we should. They're not protected. We have slumlords that refugees live in their houses where kids are getting lead, asbestos abuse, to the point that also rent has been increasing due to the fact of the tax reassessment that has increased, due to the fact that developers are that Mayor Brown is letting developers do what they want with their tax breaks, when we need to put these tax breaks into affordable housing for better opportunity, for better housing, for healthy housing for refugees. The West Side is a melting pot of different diversity, and we need to actually respect that and not kick people out of our communities. Behold this as a good place of good neighbors of love, a community that actually embraces people when they come from a country that they're trying to get freedom. This is not freedom for them. There's a lot of suffering that's happening on the West Side, and it's time for change. So the first person that I do want to bring up is from the Sudanese community, Nying Chow.
Thank you, family. We tried. This is short notice, and I thank you everybody that come here today to try to support us to meet the mayors. I believe our mayor was somewhere right here. We have our mayor right here with her. So we did ask this young man, Christian Farner, to meet the mayors. But we're facing a lot of problems in our communities. And most of us, Sudanese community and other refugees, that been here, we've been refugees. We came as refugees based on the colonization there and trying to come to the United States to get some sort of freedoms, And through the landlord issues, through the property, through the, arresting the children, through, CPS, there's no freedom. We have been fined here. So we find another colonization through the mental operation of financial and economic. Like most of us live in the West Side, and we've been voted for Mayor Brown, most of my community, for many years, Our children being arrested not going down, our rent is not going down. We're leaving our houses now, especially myself. I got intentional kick out from few neighborhood because the neighborhood would have a new developer, They want a new people that may pay $15 or $100 for, 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom or $1,600 or $1,700, $1,800. And these are the regular refugees that came here to find the settlements, And we didn't get this. And now we come together with different, it's not only Sudanese, there's other different refugees here and try to bring this unity. And we know that, Indian in her own bloodline in this country, she's been suppressed like us. So the suppression is everywhere, And now she's actually standing for her suppression to protect her community. So we are here as refugee people that we need help for, public officials that can actually, come out of the suppression and help themselves and their landlord in their house and not to leave and be able to find a way to this slumlord. There's a lot of slumlords on the West Side, that are not repairing their houses. I'm not going to go too big because there's a couple of family that actually want to share something for what's going on in the community. And I'm the younger one and they're the elder that know more that the damage is done in the community and nobody have a help. And we want Indian actually to be able to guide us through operation the city halls, how the city works. We belong to the city, we're the people in the cities, The freedom is for all of us, It's not entitled to the one specific group that need to be able to run the other people. So even though, the entire earth is the operation of ones, we need the one that actually going to help everybody in the office, in the city of Buffalo. As for Indians, thank you.
The next person I do want to bring up is also from the Sudanese community, is Abuk Mosham.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, may God bless you. My name is Abuk Mosham. I'm one of Sudanese leaders all over US. First of all, I would love to thank God for the fact that He gave us the best leader, Joe Biden. We will always be with you in our prayers and we will support you. We are so happy to protect our nation and you are doing marvelous in our life. Also, we thank God for Brian, Mayor Brian, in the past year. Yes, he did work a couple jobs. He fixed the street and he did other stuff, but he did not do anything for our community. We reached out for him to help us because we are facing a lot of challenges. Our husbands are being castrated, our children, and we've been separated from our family. Little mistake, the police will come in and separate us. And no one considering us. We need the city of Buffalo to consider us. As the leaders, I need the city of Mayor to consider us, especially India. I'm here standing for India Walton.
That's right.
So she can help us. She's a woman like us. We are hurting, especially women. We need somebody to consider us. We are in pain. We lost our children. They are dying from drugs, and no one is caring. That's why we are bringing up Indian to help us, to speak on our behalf. We need to make this west side or entire Buffalo the better place for all of us. We appreciate everything and God will bless you. I don't know her in person, but because with everything she has said that she promised that she's going to do, that's the reason made us stand here as a community to support her. All we need here, we need a better solution for our community. We need to be considered in advocacy, in government. We need a job. We need a center for us to pray, because we've been praying for this country for years. Even when they bring a president, we have to kneel down and pray harder. You don't know, even you, Joe Biden, our president, we pray for you, we pass it. For you to come in, it's not, you did not come by yourself. We pray to God to bring you. That's why you have to consider needs like you consider us. And we will always be with you. I'm the leader. If you want the next term, I'll be there for you. You will guide again for the next term. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you so much.
All right, the next person that I want to bring up is Mupal from the Karen community, from the Burmese refugees.
Hello everyone, my name is Mupal. I represent the Karen community. I fully support Indian Walter because as a refugee, our children has been deported without no reason, and that they were high school dropout because they didn't get the support from the system, and then our people were kicked out because they didn't get the support they need from the landlord. And then also a lot of our children have become drug addicts because not they are bad, because of trauma they need something, and then we didn't get any support from the system. That's why our children have been drop out and become drug addicts. We don't need like community that don't support each other. We need the mayor that we treat everyone equally regardless of race and then where we are from. So we need our children to be treated and then to help with the trauma and then from domestic violence issues and stuff like that, so that we are not being treated anymore because we don't speak English as other people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The other person that will be coming up is also from the Karen community, is Faustina. And people, when you come up, please spell your name after you say your name.
Okay, that's a good one.
Hi.
Faustina.
Pick it up. My name is Faustina, Faustina. Louder? Okay. All the things that I wanted to say is a lot, but I forgot already. But the most important thing, as many of people have said, is like we need for the community, for all equal access to, for all the Buffalonians, not only for, refugee and immigrant, but for everybody. Like what India has wanted to do for the low-income family, and then, all the problem that we face as hardworking family is the tenant right, that tenants are having problems sometimes in especially in the cold weather. There's no insulation. They live in like how they live. As I can see as a community leader, is that very poor condition with bugs, bed bugs, or the carpet are not clean for them, sanitized, and you can see like some rodents go crawling. So these are the situations that our housing things has to be fixed for the city of Buffalo as well. So there's so many things I can go on and on, but all I wanted to say, the most important is that we all have equal access, and then like some of the Sudanese leader has expressed is that they want a community center for their community members to to have access to all the things that they can get. And for us also, we do need that. Why? Because the things that we want to teach our children, our future leaders, we have to teach them through our tradition, and then also through the American ways that they need to learn. So it has to be all 50-50, not only our tradition. For me, I see as it has to be equal in all parts for us to be able to thrive as a community. And lastly, I wanted to mention is about the drug problem, which all of us are facing here. Is that it increases domestic violence in our families, especially in our IC. And I'm looking for a way to do that, to find out what to do with this, and hoping that, you know, a woman leader who has gone through all, you know, all the things that she has gone through, hopefully she can help us out in a way that she has promised us. We don't expect everything, you know, but we also want to, what I wanted to say is to collaborate. Leaders of the city has to collaborate with the community so that the community can thrive. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good job. The next person that I will bring up is one of the leaders from the Eritrean community, Manjisa.
Hi, my name is Manjisa Haile Mariam. You may be struggling to spell my name, called Menji, so I'm gonna spell the Menji. M-E-N-G-I. When I came to Buffalo, I was struggling 11 years ago. I'm here after 11 years, getting chance to participate even in a new conference, which is a good opportunity. So I thank you, Ms. India Walton's conference, that gives me an opportunity. But here is a problem. Here we are in Buffalo facing challenge, we have to vote. That is not the only. I'm here to give my few comments. Our people are at work right now. They can't even show up for a meeting because they work. Well, whoever will be elected, we need that person to focus into that, to get them chance to involve. So sometimes evening meetings would be very important, especially weekends, because most families works weekdays because their children goes to school. The second is the language barrier. Well, the other thing is most immigrants, we don't have more experience about voting and election system. How do we understand? How do we understand actually what that person is saying? You know what is the most? Technically, Channel 4, I know Mr. Al, your channel is out from my TV because I have to pay. So it is a local. We need you to be local. We don't need a spectrum to sell for us because we love you, so we need it to be local so we can access it directly. So most of our people, they don't have that channel, so they're not gonna watch you. They love you, but they're not gonna watch you because they have to pay about $100. So it is the fact our local channels has to be vendored by someone outside, and then they have to be sold to us, so we have to have a problem. While others have been mentioned, including the systems that we're being told, but I cannot prove which one is right, which one is wrong. But my final comment is, please, our mayor candidates, reduce the attack each other, because we are on a pandemic. We need recovery and healing. Whoever is gonna come onto the city hall, we Eritrean will be ready to work. I involved in many ways, including stimulus check, unemployment, employment, accidents, housing, and the others. I would be very happy to volunteer. I don't need even you to pay me because I work. So what we need is the final. We need whoever comes to the city hall to focus into the circle of how immigrants could feel home in Buffalo, keep the Queen City beautiful every day. God bless everybody.
All right, so we're down to the last two speakers, just so you know. The next speaker will be Kawiye from the Somali Bantu community.
Woo, Yay!
Oh yeah.
I'm just a bit emotional, you know, just hearing all my sisters and brothers that have spoken already. And to begin with, I just want to say thank you to India Walton for being so freaking bold and taking a step to really stand up and do what's freaking right in a way where who you know would have the guts and being downgraded every single day for taking a stand and being for the people and with the people, refusing to let people with rich filthy monies get over her head, but instead saying no, we are for the people. So thank you, India Walton, for really taking this in and still showing up and doing what's got to be done. Am I right or am I right?
You're right.
Thank you. And secondly,
Got you. Okay, maybe I don't got you. Go.
It hangs on the thing.
The effort was there.
We are refugees. We came in this country not because we wanted to, but because we had no choice. We escaped war and persecution. We have elder people, primarily beginning from our elders who have so much wisdom, who are here now because of the English barrier, cannot really do much, but are either stuck in the homes and dependent on the younger generation to really be the guide. And India Walton, it's like the younger generation where she is fighting so much and standing up for us. So in regards to the immigration, we need her to really isolate the police from the help me out. Enforcement customs. Because what's happening is a lot of our young people are getting deported. A lot of our young people, and I'm pretty sure you know because it's the same common story, are being caught up in the street life. Why? Because poverty causes us to do crime.
Yes.
We ain't got no money.
Say that
what are the 1% doing with our money, with our tax money that we are working so freaking hard for? So now we have someone that's really for the people, and you need to go out and vote November 2nd because life and everything depends on it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And my friend and comrade, somebody that I have fought, state legislation, county legislation, city legislation, I give it up to the Queen and the next mayor of the city of Buffalo, India Walton.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today. A part of the reason why this campaign is so exciting is not only the prospect about being the first woman to be mayor of the city of Buffalo, being an everyday working class person that's going to be mayor of the city of Buffalo, but this campaign looks like this. Looks like all of you. Though we may come from different countries of origin, though we may speak different languages, though we may be of different religions, there are a few things that we can agree on. We all want a quality education for our children. We all want safe, affordable, healthy housing. We all want access to health care. We all want to be treated with dignity. And I think the number one thing that we can all agree on today is Byron Brown has to go. The population of Buffalo is up for the first time in 70 years, not because there's some economic boom, it's because of you. It's because of our immigrant and refugee brothers and sisters. That's why our population is increasing, and our municipal government has a responsibility to make sure that you feel safe, that you feel protected, that you feel cared for, and that you have the ability to thrive in the city of Buffalo. And as mayor, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Our police department is not going to cooperate with ICE. We are not going to have people who are being deported and detained in Batavia for small, low-level offenses. You will have language access in City Hall. You will have representation in City Hall. This campaign is about access. This is about a seat at the table for all of us, from the top until the very least of us. But the least of us should be going first now because we waited for far too long. So I want to thank you for your support. I want to remind you that I am committed to building a relationship, to building the beloved community that we all so desperately want, need, and desire. And make no mistake about it, the people who are supporting my opponent are those who would very soon have our borders closed and have limitations to how many people we accept into this community. I am telling you, I love you, I need you, and we are going to work together to make the safest and healthiest Buffalo for all people. Thank you so very much.
When I say all in, you say with India. All in. With India. All in. With India. All in. With India. Woo! Thank you.
So yeah, that's it.
Yep, that will be the end for us tonight.
Oh yeah, so right now we're about to go march
Yes.
and have everybody go vote as we speak. And it's important that people understand that early voting is going to make a big difference.
Give me just a minute. I'm going to transfer some stuff.
So please, we have about, 3 more days to go vote early. So we need to try to make an impact. Please go vote early as we go now to go vote.
Thank you. Nice to fly. And thank you for coming, everybody, all the cameramen, all the recording women.
I'm going to be making myself mobile, so give me just a minute, guys. Bear with me.
Just past Auger. How far down is it? Like 3 blocks. Just past
You need me to hold on to something?
Actually, yes. Give me 2 seconds.
Hey, Dan, I'll grab the mic.
I'll watch it.
Huh? Why don't you just go ahead? All right,
Are you gonna
grab the mic?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll grab the
Yeah, I can stay here.
If you stay here, that'd be
Yeah.
very helpful. I got you.
Keep smashing that like button.
Am I right that you're normally on an investigative beat? Consumer.
Okay. We are much more mobile now. Give me just a minute.
Yes, Sudanese community.
Playing a little catch up. Sorry if it's overexposed or anything. But those were some really good speeches we heard. Hopefully you guys were able to hear that all good. We're now doing the March to the Polls here. We had a couple local channels and stuff here as well. Let me try and get ahead of them once I get a chance. Some people shouting from the windows out there in support. Obviously being led by India Walton. And also, if you guys get a chance to check out her website, where it actually has some pretty comprehensive details on some of her policies and stuff like that. I'll have to wait till I'm stationary to do interviews or anything like that because I'm carrying a lot of stuff. So I can't really move the mic back and forth. Yeah, there been even during the press conference, there had been multiple cars that drove by and were shouting support. I don't know if you guys could hear with the microphone, but
Go for it!
some chants going on. Once again, if you guys are still watching, then make sure you're smashing the like button, sharing this. If you guys aren't ready, make sure you sign up to our text list to get text alerts at statuscoup.com/text. We're out here on the road. Jordan's back at the hotel doing more stuff. We're just a lot of multitasking. And he finally has new clothes, though, if you guys were following the saga of his suitcase, which is good. Also, if you guys want to support us in the field here, we'll be covering this campaign. We covered the Starbucks unionization yesterday. We might be covering the nurse strike. Support us at statuscoup.com/fall. So it's $5 a month, and you get free stuff for a limited time. statuscoup.com/fall.
If you go with Brown, he will let you down. So don't buy into the writing, because who's our next mayor? Who's our next mayor? We will not go with Brown because he has let us down. So we won't buy into the writing. So say it loud and clear. Who's our next mayor? Who are we voting for? Who's our next mayor?
Also, if you guys are already a member or want other ways to support us, you can go to statuscoup.com/donate, where you can either do a flat donation or you can now set up recurring donations as well. If you want to pledge a larger amount than the membership offers, every little bit helps. It's expensive being on the trip, as I've seen up close now. And that's with us being very frugal with, and Jen finding like amazing deals on hotels that I've never been able to do. So statuscoup.com/donate or statuscoup.com/fall. Walking through a Byron Brown theme. They walk past the voting. And they're now at the polling place. Give me another sec to set up my tripod, so potentially I could get some interviews here. Okay. Let me get this a little bit higher. 1 second. Two. Okay. Now you guys can actually see me and hopefully hear me good. So we're here at where they're voting now. Back out of the way. So, I'll wait for, this is we're Status Coup. We're a national independent outlet, progressive. Did you want to come talk? Yeah, come on. What's your name?
Oh, Nyanshio. My name is Nyanshio Subitgai Gatwich. So I set up the first conference today was Christian Farah about meeting with Indian Waltons to support her for the election for mayor. So to get some change, you know, and that's why I asked you what news organization, you know. And I think you cannot come close to hold any sign from the mayor. So I was holding my sign. So I'm really, voting for Mayor Indian. And I believe you all can trust that we need change. We've been a mayor run for many years, 16 years, also. And we're ready for change, and the change is a woman. So let's try the mother. Can we give the Mother Earth a chance? Mike, can we give the Mother Earth a chance to actually let the mother, run the cities, this woman with the talents, and I don't know. So your organization support the same things? You guys need new change too in your organization?
Yeah, we're a progressive news outlet. We actually interviewed India Walton yesterday as well.
That's nice, okay.
Can you give an example, like if she were to be elected mayor, what's something like a positive change you think would come to you personally?
The main positive change is when you have an issue, like say if I have issue with my children in my community, whether regarding a child with the police or the housings. So you actually have somebody in the city that will help you with those languages, to get services from your child and from your housing. Because now we know in the city of Buffalo, people are being evicted for, unreasonable, valid reasons. And because you don't have a proper language barrier between the landlords and the tenants and the refugees, we really don't know these language games, So we cannot get a lot of assistance. And Indian actually connecting this different type of community, So the refugees or the non-refugee or the native here, or, and we all refugees in this land, we all in, except the native. And we need to work together. I think that's the part of understanding the language. Go in court, we don't understand the language. In the landlord form, you still don't understand the language, most of it, So everybody being screwed everywhere. And India, making sure that, we have safe housing, the children are safe in schools. There's no overdose drugs for no reason. And especially for refugee status, there's no unreasonable deportations for people that have been here for 10 years or 20 years and now you're gone out of nowhere and the family left. That's another family, separation. So one thing to keep the family together, and not to arrest a lot of children for, non-violent crimes, or victimless crimes, Don't take the children away from their family for victimless crimes. And the police take the children out of the street every day for victimless crime. There was no victim, nobody got hurt. But you keep the child there for 3 months, 1 year or longer, That's a family separation that a mayor need to look at the city, what the youth are. The youth are not safe. Yeah, and that's one thing I would add to your organization. Thank you.
What you're saying there is very. It's nice to hear because when you just went through a whole different spiel of different layers, which is something I've noticed is really good with India Walton. Is she's not just like, hey, I want to provide free housing. She's trying to tackle the actual core issues. And I looked at her website, and she has a very broad plan for how to tackle some of these. So it's nice to sort of see actual. Do you notice that difference of policy of her versus the other candidates, where she's proposing these solutions rather than just going, I was the mayor, so you should elect me more?
Well, with these, let's say we've been with the Mayor Brown for a while, so we know his actions. And Indian actually told us what she will do, and we observe what she do in the community. She's come from, we all been in government assistance, social services, so whatever that is. Most, minorities, so-called minority, they've been in that area. They've been in difficult side of the walking side of the system, that struggle with job. So she been there and she been helping the community locally, Let's say she do that personally. So now she want to do it, collectively. So in the city of Buffalo. So there's no reason she wouldn't do it there unless something went there. Because when people go into office, you never know. People get paid, But again, that's not actually what we're going to put in our mind. She's the mother, First thing, she's the mother. And a lot of children, and the young one, the one being arrested now, overdose, Come on, the mom crying 24/7. You know how many children the mother lost? And they cry. I'm not saying the father's not getting hurt, but, the development of pregnancy is a difficulty. It's very difficult. And we all live on Earth. We can realize the Mother Earth, if she would have talked back to Earth, she would have said, humanity, you have done me wrong. So we done her wrong. So we give Indian a chance as a mother, not only the mother that, volunteer in the community. She's a nurse. She help people to go in the city hall and save the children in the city. I think, give a chance. And Mayor Brown been there for a while. I was in his office many times myself. My community could not get help, And I'm not saying because, he could not do it. But again, sometimes other people had a power to tell who needed to get help. its end may be tied, And whatever reason need, we find a way not to be restricted for our end to be tied when we're helping the public. So you have to stand for the truth, and that's the main thing. So we need an oath keeper in public office or government employee, not the oath breaker. Okay.
Thank you very. What was your name again?
Nan Xiao Gai Gadwich.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. She was one of the speakers from earlier. If you guys were here at she was the first speaker. So that was, like I said to her, that you could see just her talking there, the different policies, not just like, hey, we need to provide housing, but we need to provide housing. We need to figure out why the housing was hard to obtain first. We need to tackle not just drug issues. We need to figure out what is making people turn to, say, drugs and stuff, and usually it is always poverty-related reasons, and that leads to a lot of the disparity and stuff like that. She even has things down to just like for food-sensitive people, or not food-sensitive, but I forget the terminology, but for healthier food, because when you're poor, you don't have access as easily to healthy food. You can see that just by looking at the prices of a salad versus a hamburger is the common example. But these sort of systemic issues is what she is at least proposing to tackle. And part of the issues, she had mentioned housing and stuff like that, is because of the Byron Brown and his connections to the real estate industry, which has sort of led to things like gentrification and stuff, which leads to more poverty, which leads to more crime, et cetera, et cetera. So if you just work your way backwards to the root of the problem, you're good. You'll sort of get there. We'll wait a minute to see if anyone comes out and wants to talk again. Let me check the YouTube chat here and see what you guys are saying. Give me just a minute. Man, YouTube's being a whole thing and a half today. Okay. But yeah, so we're out here. Like I said, I'll just wait a couple more minutes, see what happens here. If you guys have any comments or questions, let me know. But like I said, Jordan and I are out here on the road in Buffalo right now. Jordan's was doing an interview last I left. He's probably still doing it. So yesterday we had interviewed India Walton, or was it yesterday? Day before yesterday. Time is kind of weird when I'm on the road, but yesterday we for sure talked to Starbucks workers, which was actually really interesting. I learned a lot. I did not realize how intense the anti-union campaign from Starbucks had been. If you guys had missed it, they were literally doing things like sending managers from across the country and other workers, they call them partners, into the store. They said the store is crowded like sardines, essentially, in an attempt to basically cause chaos within the store and make it hard for workers to talk to each other in attempts to unionize. Starbucks was holding anti-union meetings, and eventually they split the meetings into, I think, 3 sections. And according to the workers, those sections basically split off the pro-union, the undecided, and maybe the negative union people, so that when the pro-union people question or bring topics up, the other people will not hear it and be susceptible to it. A lot of other stuff was going on with Starbucks workers. Jordan's actually, I believe, doing an interview later today with a couple Starbucks workers with some crazy information that we learned about yesterday. It's just the more I learn about what Starbucks is doing, I don't know how there's not more coverage of it because their union busting essentially is some crazy tactics. And one of the union guys there had said it's basically the modern version. Before union busting, it's a lot more in person and personal. Now we're in the digital age. You can't just like fire people for trying to unionize because you get in trouble. So essentially they're just trying to get people to quit and stuff like that. It's super weird. And And then we had interviewed India Walton. So we're out here in the field. So if you guys can support us, you can become a member for as low as $5 a month at statuscoup.com/fall. And now through Thanksgiving, when you become a member, depending on the tier you do, $5, $10, $20 a month, or the yearly one, you will get a free piece of merchandise, whether that be like a mini poster thing of some fan art, or a shirt or a sweatshirt, different things like that. Really cool stuff. We're through a new company, T-Mail, which is all nice, well-sourced and stuff like that. And also, if you guys are already a member, or if you just want to do a one-time donation, you can go to statuscoup.com/donate. Any amount helps. And you can also now set up recurring donations. So if you're one of the people who wanted to support us, but you want to do more than $20 a month that the membership offers, you can now do that through the monthly recurring donations at statuscoup.com/donate. And last thing I'll mention is to make sure that you're on our text list, so that we can attempt to get around YouTube's insane shenanigans, as you guys can see by the viewership and stuff like that. So that's statuscoup.com/text. It's completely free, and we just send you a text each time we go live. No other texts are sent out. It's basically like a YouTube notification, except you are guaranteed to get it, which is you know, a lot more than YouTube can offer. So statuscoup.com/text, or sign up for our email list on our website. You can see some stuff pop up there. But yeah, we're going to continue reporting in the field here. I believe I forget, we're covering, we might be going live later today, maybe with the Starbucks workers, and I think one other thing. I could be wrong, I forget now. But definitely stay tuned to Status Coup. Here, I'm going to go walk over to, I see some people over there. I'm going to walk over there real quick. Just bear with me. We got some supporters out here. One sec. Okay.
Vote for change.
Okay. So we got our supporters out here, basically motioning at the cars as they go by. Let's see if anyone wants to talk. Would you like to talk?
Sure.
I'm with Status Coup. We're a independent news outlet.
Okay.
So make sure we're one-man operation. So, well, first, what's your name?
My name's Damien.
And what brings you out here today?
I'm here campaigning for India Walton, the next mayor of Buffalo.
What drew you to India Walton specifically? I know Byron Brown's been in here for 16 years, and this is, as far as I could tell, this is one of the first major challenges he's gotten to it. So what drew to India Walton?
Well, the positive energy of the campaign is one thing. I think that's something that a lot of Byron's competitors in the past have lacked. But when it comes to India, I think the positivity is definitely something deserved, because she stands for something that a lot of Buffalonians have been asking for a long time. Affordable housing is definitely one of them, especially in the downtown area. And as well as the problems that we've had with Buffalo police. Like just recently, well, last year during lockdown, when there was the peaceful protest downtown, a lot of people say that the police provoked looting and whatnot by shooting tear gas and rubber bullets at people. So,
And I had asked someone else this as well. So she has a lot of, like you mentioned, she has a lot of policies such as the affordable housing. She has ideas to tackle sort of the root problems of some of these issues as well. Out of her different platforms, is there anything that would specifically affect you that you are sort of hoping?
Well, as someone who's personally moved to Buffalo within the past year, arguably at one of the worst points in recent history to be moving, which is during lockdown, especially with the eviction moratorium. Like, not a lot of people were actually leaving their house for any reason, you know. So it was really hard to find affordable housing. So something like that is very lucrative to someone like myself who's planning to go to college.
And so obviously India Walton had won the Democratic primary. What have your thoughts been with sort of Byron Brown's tactics of first trying to create his own party and then the now writing campaign, even though he lost in their primary? What was your thoughts on hearing that?
Well, I expect for Byron to keep on fighting, but, you know, India Walton definitely wasn't expecting an uncontested race. This is an incumbent that still remains pretty popular in some areas in Buffalo. But as far as his tactics on trying to get elected, I will say that some of them have been underhanded and a little bit too aggressive, not progressive enough, as in like explaining his policies well enough. India, on the other hand, has.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up because I literally was just interviewing her over there, and she had gone over the policies, and I had brought up like that's something sort of refreshing to hear someone's like, oh, I want Byron Brown because he's been a mayor for a while or something like that. They're actually talking about policy and even down to specific types of policies that she has. And I've been on her website. She has a pretty comprehensive layout of what she wants to do. Has that been sort of a refreshing take?
Absolutely. I mean, having it be so digestible, and even during the debate, which me and someone I'm campaigning with right now, we're actually watching to catch up on it. While she was being attacked like repeatedly by both candidates, she just continued to like spout policy, and that's something that we lack even at the presidential level nowadays, where we just don't hear it.
Awesome. What was your name again?
Damien.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right. So hopefully that was framed well. It's very sunny outside. I'm actually having trouble seeing the screen when I'm so far away. But yeah, so there, once again, just a couple people I've interviewed have two of the main things they've gone to is policy. They're not talking about, oh, I just want to elect the first Democratic Socialist, though that would be cool and stuff like that. They're saying, no, I'm voting for her because she has this policies that will improve our life or my life and stuff like that have clearly not been addressed in the past 16 years with the current mayor and stuff like that. So this is very refreshing. I think it's sort of winding down, so I'll go ahead and sign out here. But once again, statuscoup.com/text to be notified when we go live later today. Statuscoup.com/fall to join and get free stuff, and statuscoup.com/donate. Those are the three major links to remember if you have not done so already. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys next time.